Ah, why, hello there. Yes, I'm doing this again. Hello. There's a surprising amount of time between this review coming out and the last one I did a commentary on, the VGA Civil War Strategy one. April 9th for VGA Civil War Strategy, we had Broken Sword 2, the first point and quickie review I did in between them in August, and then Blazing Dragons came out in December. No, I hadn't picked a schedule by then. Why do you ask? Okay, let's just get into this, where I just show the intro for no reason. I did have an idea of messing with the game's intros, and I think the best one I did was... What was the first Revolution song? I think it was Broken Sword 2, actually. They have a quite iconic intro with the guy on a horse, that silhouette there. And I think that's the best one I pulled off. Man, how did this video never get claimed? I mean, yeah, fair enough, Monty Python has been kind of lax with copyright claims on YouTube because when they released their YouTube channel, they had this video go up where they were explaining, you've been ripping us off for years, but now we're putting up high quality versions of all our shit and you can just go and buy the DVDs. That's the deal, and if you don't abide by it, then we haven't actually got to say that part, so I'm just making this up. Also, I don't know why I felt the need to throw shade at John Cleese the way I did, but I did. Maybe he's just an easy target with the numerous wives. A strange person that I am. Unfortunately, this is still an early one, so while I think some of the jokes land quite well, some of the impressions not so much. I think some of the jokes are good, but it's the execution that's not so good. Like, I haven't bothered to get a haircut there. I've definitely not shaved, and this is before I even went into my designer stubble phase. I've got my idea of putting a light gun in the background of every shot, which died long before I stopped appearing on camera, and there's a lampshade on the bed because why the hell not? Because it's stupid. The actual lamp is to my right, just off camera, giving me as much light as I could actually muster, because I never did sort out proper lighting. The best I got was this heavy duty construction light. I think it's meant to be used on when you're doing stuff outside to keep it all lit up. And what is with the audio balance in here? This is what I was talking about with execution being off, because for some reason back then I just had awful ability at balancing sound. I'm kind of wondering if it's because I did it on a train, so I'd have earphones in, or probably just like earbuds. So me editing that on earbuds with that's actually a good Photoshop there, the dragon with the armor. Anyway, I wonder if me with the earbuds in editing most of these on a train, because that's where I used to do most of it. Maybe that had something to do with it, I don't know, but I think I just couldn't be bothered. Like, I couldn't go all the way back through, because, you know, I can't go through a 10-minute video and check everything. God, no. Yeah, you can really tell I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time, couldn't you? Because there's another joke pretty much along those lines coming up again. Never did make the rule of three, though, which is the accepted form of doing it. I mean, the game itself is, I don't want to say inoffensive, because I don't actually think it's bad, but definitely a slightly younger audience in mind. I suppose it would tie into fans of the cartoon, because that was younger audience, but there were some jokes that only the adults or, teenagers would get. So not a million miles away from Torrance Passage in that regard, or at least the intention of Torrance Passage. I don't really remember any dirty jokes in there. Oh, and I'm coming up. Yet another reason I'm surprised this didn't get claimed, because if anybody here watches Scarfula's stuff, you might have seen not too long ago that he got a video claimed for like a 5-second clip of Doctor Who, just to say this is an episode that existed, and it was like Robin Hood related. He was doing a Robin Hood type game. No, it was an actual Robin Hood game, which I can't remember the name of. So yeah, 5 seconds of Doctor Who. No, we claim that video. I don't remember exactly how, whether they took the revenue or just blocked it, but yeah. Me using a full 5 seconds of Red Dwarf, apparently nobody cares. Maybe I didn't get enough views. That's a depressing thought. Because this has been up for years and nothing. Not a sausage. Nothing for all the Monty Python clips, the Yellowbeard clips. I think I used the trailer. Maybe that has something to do with it. Because it might be entirely mental or, hearsay. But I think if you use a trailer, you're sort of on steadier ground because it's like, this has been released to the public. Oh, here's something I don't do anymore. It's the montage of things I found funny. I suppose I actually play far fewer comedy games. I sort of had a tendency towards them, or at the very least, towards ones that were fun to mock. Like, I kind of did the same thing with Urban Runner, with the long series of inconsistencies. So I think I'd sort of pull off the same thing as that, because it's not meant to be a funny game. There's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Weirdly enough, I've just started watching that again. Very, very strange. But yeah, it's an interesting enough game. You get plenty of funny dialogue. It's not brilliant to play a point-and-click game on a console, especially, as I mentioned, it doesn't support the PlayStation mouse. Excuse me. Was there a Saturn mouse? I can't actually remember. The Saturn version's the one I've got, and I think because most of the footage, I must have mentioned that in the description, otherwise I am an absolute shitheel. Yes, I did mention it in the description, thank Christ. I got the gameplay footage from somewhere else. Like, I got permission to use it first, but yeah, I just didn't fancy doing Saturn emulation. And then I needed a little bit at the end, and I did it anyway, and it was so easy to do, I should have done the whole thing. Oh no, this bit, the whole Cyborg Ninja thing, that came to me just like one night, so I spent an extra hour past my usual bedtime. Do I really have two things I found funny sequences in this? Oh no, one was showing how dumb the knights are. That was the first one. Actually, this is quite a good joke, but you can watch the video back properly. The actual version without me talking over it. Yeah, the Cyborg Ninja segment, that came to me very late at night. I spent an extra hour just beditting, which is a very good way to stop yourself getting sleep, sitting in bed with a laptop. Very bad idea. But I spent like a full hour keyframing that, getting the proper mouth shapes, just picking those out and arranging them. I was giggling the whole time. I found that far too much fun to do. Oh dear. I don't care much for this behavior, Flicker. Also, this is just blatant. I don't know if they felt they had to do it or something. I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way. Also, for something which I'm pretty sure is pre-rendered, I feel like that moving countryside, the road and the sides of the roads floating on by as they're walking, I'm pretty sure you could do that on the PlayStation just in real time. I was saying something about the PlayStation mouse and it not being supported, and then I got sidetracked with the footage. I'm kind of proud of the amount of research I did in these days. I don't think I've been majorly corrected, apart from the time where I totally and utterly miscredited a Space Quest game, to the point where I used the number of one game and the subtitle of a completely different game. So I think I referenced 3 separate games, like the one I actually got footage of, the number of one, and the subtitle of a different one. No, I think it was just 2 actually. Either way, screwed that up. So bad. Yeah, it is quite short. Oh, I've really cut down on the credits as well. Like, originally, it was because everybody else was doing it, much like the appearing on camera and focus on jokes and such like. Now I just use it to credit the footage or audio or images, anything like that I've used. So that's like way down at the barest minimum. Plus, we don't have annotations anymore. Or a website. I used to have one of those, and now I do not, because nobody went and it was too much of a hassle to keep up. It was nice to have, but it's just, it didn't need it. Didn't need to pay the amount of money they were asking to keep it up, so it's just like, nah, let that lapse. So yeah, that is quite a difference. No many jokes of funny montages, far more, not condensed credits, because it's still a 20-second set length, just so I can keep moving the same, importing the same batch of cards. Not cards, end plates, whatever the hell they're called, thing that end up at end of video. You can import them from other videos, so just keep it the same length, import it from video to video to video. Makes my life a lot easier. I've run out of things to say. Bye!